to another episode of What's Hot New Mexico. My name is Nakayla. I'm the host of this podcast, and today I have one of 6 members of Slums of Harvard, Leroy Sanchez, who wants to talk about how much they have grown in the past couple of years and what's coming up next for the Slums of Harvard. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you enjoy this episode.
If you enjoy our podcast, please like and subscribe and consider becoming a digital subscriber to the Albuquerque Journal to help us bring you more content like this. You can find this episode and all of our podcasts on the Albuquerque Journal website, abqjournal.com, as well as YouTube, iTunes, and Spotify. See the show notes for a discount code on a digital subscription. Thank you for supporting the Albuquerque Journal, New Mexico's leading news.
Welcome back to another episode of What's Hot New Mexico. My name is Nakayla. I'm the host of this podcast. We may not be in the slums, but we got the Slums of Harvard in the building today. We have Leroy Sandoval, one of 6 members.
1 out of 6. Not too bad.
Not too bad. Not too shabby. And how's your day going so far, man?
It's good. It's fun to get out of work to come and do something like this. So
I know. Thank you so much for being here. And so Slums of Harvard is this local band. You guys have been around for a little while. We're friends from UNM, right?
Yeah, so actually 5 out of 6 of us all went to high school together, but we didn't really start becoming friends and making music till we got to college at UNM.
Mm-hmm. And what was that moment where you guys were like, let's make music, let's kind of pursue this outside of just, funsies?
Yeah, it all kind of just happened randomly. A couple of our guys went to Australia for like a student exchange thing, and went on a couple of spiritual journeys out there, and they've picked up a guitar and started learning it, and then they brought it back and kind of brought all the guys together to jam. And yeah, nobody had ever really even played an instrument before they got in the band. So yeah. So kind of self-taught and just pulled together? Yeah. And then along the way, we've lost like 2 members and gained 2 or 3 new members. So yeah, it's cool to finally be from where we started to where we are now, which is like an insane jump. And you're like a real legitimate band, like you were on Bands of Enchantment, and I would love to hear how that experience is. It was super cool. Like that was like definitely the most like professional thing we've ever done as far as recording and stuff goes. So that was really cool. It was honestly pretty fast. We just came in. There was one other band performing, and so they went first, they played their songs, got their recordings, and we came on, played 3 songs, and then that was pretty much it. I think we played 4 songs. We did an encore just for fun. It's not in the recording, but sure, it was just for the people in the studio. And so cool. How does that work? Like, did they reach out to you and pretty much say, like, we want to film a video? Or, because I know Band of Enchantment does this with a couple of different people every year, and then they put out an episode on it, right? Yeah, so our friends Red Light Cameras, I don't know if you've heard of them. Yeah, I've heard of them. So they were on Bands of Enchantment season 2, and then they had like a big premiere of their episode at the Chemo. So we went to that and just to go to the premiere, and we met the guys who run it, and I just kind of met him and was like, we'd love to be on the show. This seems really cool. So yeah, the next year they hit us up, and I got to be on the show. That's super cool. Yeah. You went from being like this college group of guys who were like, let's just make music. And then now you're getting recordings and having all these little episodes out. That's super awesome. Yeah, it's been quite the journey. It kind of just, we're always looking for the next thing and always just kind of pushing forward however we can. Yeah. And so you're the vocalist of the group, and your group, I originally thought that Slums of Harvard was like just specifically rock, but you guys really touch on a lot of different genres. Yeah, we've done a lot over the years. I feel like we're slowly starting to narrow it down a little bit. We've kind of gone more like the alternative pop punk route. But we've done everything from even kind of like a 50s doo-wop type of song to like some funk, some pop songs. And stuff like that. So yeah, it's been a wild ride musically for sure. Yeah. And as vocalist and like also a rapper of the group, you kind of get to touch on all of these different genres in a really complete, unique way. I feel like as a vocalist, I feel like you really have to have a wide set of skills to be able to hit all those different genres. Yeah, it is pretty weird. I feel like most of the music we make, you wouldn't necessarily think of there should be a rap verse in this song. And I was never even in the original plan of the Slums. I kind of came in like around 6 months after they formed. Oh, really? So yeah, it's been crazy. It's been really awesome. Like I said, like all the pop punk stuff that we make and all this kind of alternative music, it's weird how I fit in, but somehow it works. So that's cool.
So you joined 6 months, after they had already joined and kind of started forming. What was that deciding factor for you where you're like, actually, I am going to hop on and join this?
No, actually, I had no intention of doing it, but
really?
I was living with Nevin, our other singer, and he was always talking about, I'm going to Johnny's, our guitar player. I'm going to Johnny's every weekend, every couple of days. Like, I'm going to Johnny's. See you later. Going to Johnny's.
You're like, I got FOMO now.
Yeah. I'm like, what is going on?
What the heck, bro?
He's like, we're jamming. I'm like, jamming? That sounds so fun.
Yeah.
Even though I had no musical background or anything.
You're like hitting a triangle in the background.
Yeah, exactly. So, and then me, Nevin, and our original bass player, Zach, were going to New Mexico State to Las Cruces for the tailgate, UNM, NMSU.
Classic.
And me and Zach are in the front seat. A Mac Miller song comes on. I start rapping, and he was shocked that I knew all the words. And he was like, I just learned how to play this song on bass, and you should come over and record it just for fun. So I did, and then he's like, you should come jam with us sometime. So I just showed up one day when they were jamming at the Harvard house, and
here we are.
Yeah, here we are.
Also, you mentioned Mac Miller. I gotta have a squirrel moment here. What song were you? I'm a big Mac Miller fan. Like, I have a Mac Miller tattoo. So
nice.
Yeah.
Sweet. It was "What's the Use?"
off
the Swimming album.
Nice.
So that song, and that was also the first song that I performed live with Slums of Harvard.
Really?
Yeah, and so that was pretty cool. That's kind of the whole reason I got in the band, and then. Also, side note, I have a Mac Miller cover band that I've been doing the past couple of years. We've had 3 shows. It kind of pops up randomly. But
really?
Yeah, I put together members of a couple of different bands like the Mango Cakes and some other musicians, and we started a Mac Miller cover band.
Mac Miller, man, making music still now. R.I.P. my boy.
True.
I love it. Love it. I freaking love Mac Miller. So really glad to hear that. But you mentioned that you guys started basically doing covers, and now you have your own songs. And so tell me about that transition.
Yeah, so I think that's how a lot of bands start out, is you just figure out how to play your instrument and you start playing other people's songs to kind of help push you along. And we still do covers at our shows. I'd say it's probably 1/3 covers, 2/3 original. That's usually kind of where we're at. But the covers help out a lot, especially for the instrumentalists too, because as you get better with your instrument, you start to do harder and harder songs and more intricate songs. And then you're like, wow, I didn't even know that my guitar could do that. Or I didn't even know that that drum fill existed. And you kind of just try and take little bits and pieces of each cover, and then that helps out with the songwriting for sure.
For sure. Yeah. And so, you're going from Mac Miller. You're going to do a Free Bird cover next. No, I'm kidding. Teach them how to do the guitar.
Yeah, that would be sweet.
But you've learned how to do all these instruments and things like that. Where does the writing process come in? And are you a part of that because you're the vocalist?
So it's changed a little bit over the years, but for the most part, our bass player and guitar player Toby, he has come up with a lot of demos on his own, just kind of in his room. He has a little studio set up, so he'll come in with the demo, he'll send it to us and be like, what do you guys think? And if we like it, we'll bring it to practice, and everybody kind of learns it together, and then we just kind of snowball off of that.
Oh, cool.
And then we just dropped an EP back in December, and our newest member, Greg, he wrote a lot of that instrumental too, kind of same process. He had a bunch of demos that he did at home, brought it to the group, and it kind of birthed that project a little bit.
For sure.
Yeah. So it's been it's been cool.
Well, Go Greg. You are a great addition to the band, clearly.
True. Yeah, definitely. Greg and Toby.
Toby.
Yeah, because Toby was not an original member either. He came in. He was our first new member. We were a couple years in, and then he jumped on. Definitely elevated the songwriting process, and then we added our buddy Nick, drummer, incredible drummer, huge guy.
Yeah.
Hits the drums so hard, like he really fills the room and like is a great live performer.
I feel like if I was in a band, I'd want to be a drummer. You just get to like hit stuff all crazy and make these cool beats.
That's exactly what Nick is. Like he just hits it. He just hits stuff and he's just there to hit stuff. So
Nick, you got to teach me your skills, man.
Yes, just a nice brute.
For sure. And so you guys are going to Launchpad in August, right?
Yes, back at Launchpad, August 18th. We're opening for Alien Ant Farm on the 18th, and then we are back. That's a Monday. We're back the next Monday, the 25th. Our buddies from Utah called Sunfish, they're coming into town on their tour, so we're opening up for them again.
And that'll be at Launchpad too?
Yep.
Nice.
Launchpad 2 Mondays in a row, which should be interesting.
Do you guys have like a favorite venue that you like to perform at?
Yeah, I mean, we finally got to perform at Sunshine. We've been a band for almost like 7-8 years, and we finally got in back in February, opening for Bad Sons, and so that was kind of like a dream come true.
Oh, you guys opened for Bad Sons?
Yeah.
Wow.
It was crazy. One of my favorite favorite bands of all time, and we originally tried to get on the lineup. They picked somebody else to open, our buddy Side Montero, and 2 days before the show, they were like, you guys want to hop on and open the show like before Side Montero?
Way.
So we got to do that. Open for Bad Sons. It was so cool.
That is so cool.
Dream come true. Like, yeah.
Was it like cool meeting them? Because sometimes people are like, don't meet your heroes, but it sounds like you had a great experience.
Yeah. I mean, we didn't really actually get to meet them. We kind of just like loaded our stuff in, sound checked, played, and then pretty much got out of the way so they could play. So yeah, we didn't really get to meet them, but we met the singer the year before because we played an opening for them at the bar next door, or like a after party for them at Moonlight Lounge next door.
Oh, cool.
And got to meet their singer, and he was a nice guy.
And when you're opening for certain bands, do you feel like maybe you switch up what you would play based on their sounds, or do you kind of just say like, here's our sound, this is what we're doing?
Yeah, I feel like when we're opening for like a bigger act like that, we tend to lean more toward our original stuff and then throw in a cover just to kind of sweeten it. For example, we opened for We the Kings at Launchpad, and we did like 7 originals and then 1 cover at the end. We did the same for Bad Sons, did all of our originals, and then we played Mr. Brightside to a like fully sold out Sunshine crowd, and it was like the most beautiful spiritual experience.
Oh, dude, Mr. Brightside will get the crowd going, man.
It really will, and it was it was amazing. Best like 30 minutes of my life.
Yeah.
And then right back to work on Monday. So
yeah, you were like, all right.
Yeah.
And is there like a weird dichotomy between having like typical 9-to-5 job and then going and being this band and like opening for these really big performers and things like that? Does it feel weird?
No, yeah, it's awful. It's a terrible feeling because 1 second you can be on stage in front of a sold out crowd and there's literally no feeling like that, and then the next day you're just back at your desk and
checking emails and stuff.
And nobody at your office even knows that you're a rock star.
Do people not know that you're in a band?
I think a few people at my office do, but I mean, they're all like on the older side, so they don't really pay attention to any of that kind of stuff. So, yeah, not really. I think it's the same for pretty much the rest of the guys.
Oh, wow. Is that like, do you decide like whether or not to tell people? Because I know sometimes it might kind of give like showboaty if you're like, I'm in a band.
Yeah, for sure. I think I tend to keep it to myself unless somebody asks, then I'll tell them, I'll explain it to them. But yeah, I think I usually keep that to myself.
Yeah, your coworkers are going to roll up to a show and you're like, I'm a totally different person outside of work.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Very, very quiet at work. Very eccentric on stage.
And so what's next for your band and for you specifically and what you want to do vocally and with your rapping in the band?
So we just dropped a new single on July 4th. It's called Shallow.
Nice.
So that's out on all platforms now. We got another single that we're working on now. Should be out either next month or the month after. And then just more shows and just keep going until the wheels fall off.
For sure.
And then for me personally, just probably hoping to start a little bit of solo stuff, just kind of more rap, like hip hop style music stuff that Slums doesn't really do.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, working with a couple people on that. So just kind of gonna throw some stuff together and see what sticks.
Just expanding musically, just in every platform that you can.
Hopefully, yeah.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And for one of the last portions of our podcast, the title of the show is called What's Hot. And so I always like to ask my guests, what's hot in your life? And that can be personal stuff, a show that you're into, a hobby, music that you've been listening to. And like, so what's hot for me? I got caught on Love Island. I'm one of those people.
Yes.
I got trapped in it, dude. I started watching it thinking that I was like, oh, I'm so different. I'm not going to like it. I'm locked in. I made my boyfriend start watching it with me. Like we make dinners themed around it. It's a whole thing now.
Nice.
So Love Island is hot in my life. And then what's not hot in my life? Dude, I don't know. Recently, my acne's been acting up. And I'm not grooving it. It's the humidity. It's sticky. I don't like it. The face is not giving what it needs to be giving. So that is out in my life.
Nice.
My skin being bad. Hate it.
That's rough. Yeah. What's hot? Love Island. Same.
Are you on the Love Island?
Me and my girlfriend are locked in for sure.
Are you a Huda fan or do you dislike Huda?
I have disliked Huda from the beginning. She's just so mean.
Yes.
She's mean to everybody. And it's just,
Dude,
the thing is, they all, like, all these characters, you're like, I hate them.
Yeah.
And then the next episode, they reel you back in.
It's so back and forth.
Yeah. Huda even has had, like, a bit of a redemption story, which
she has.
And you're like, damn, maybe she has changed. And then you're like, it's been less than a week since the last time she was awful. So it's like, you can't really change in 7 days.
No, literally. She's kind of my litmus test. I like to ask girls, I'm like, do you like Huda or not? And based on their responses, I'm like, all right, I'm cool.
Yeah,
I'm cool
that's a good one. That's a good test. What's not hot? Yeah, probably work. Just kind of boring.
Yeah.
Average everyday job.
Dude, going to a 9 to 5 and the night before you had a show at Sunshine, I'm sure that is such a weird feeling.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I even said it. We got done at Sunshine that night, and I'm like, guys, we have to go to work. We have to go back to work. No. And everybody was like, why would you say that?
We're
just trying to ride the high. Yeah,
and
it sucks.
I always like to ask this as one of my final questions to you. What's something that you wish more people knew about your band or you specifically?
I think, honestly, I just wish more people knew about our band rather than. Yeah, I feel like we're not super deep, like artsy kind of guys. Uh-huh. We're just kind of some bros who like to play music and like to put on a good show. And so yeah, there's not really much more to know about us rather than like what you see on stage.
For sure.
So yeah, I just wish kind of more people knew about us in general. That would be awesome.
Well, everybody that's checking out this episode will get to know a little bit more about Slums of Harvard. And Thank you so much for joining here. And we are excited to see your next upcoming shows. And I hope when you start doing some of your rap stuff, I'm excited to see where that goes too.
Sweet. Thank you. Thanks for having me. Check out What's Hot New Mexico.
Hey.